Good morning, Ryan. Good morning. Employees were greeting Ryan and she was greeting them back, giving them her cute smile. Mr. Park, is everything ready? When new CEO will arrive? He will come anytime. I got his message. Okay. And she also stood with her colleagues waiting for her new CEO to arrive. He is son of her old CEO and recently came from USA. After completing his studies, Wine knows this much about him but don't know his name. After some time, a man entered inside office building where everyone was waiting for his welcome, and when Wine saw his face, her eyes went wide. Jungkook? Hello everyone, I'm Jungkook, your new CEO and son of your old CEO. Welcome, sir. Others bowed at him, giving him respect, but Wine was standing on her place like a statue. Hello, Mr. John, I'm Manager Park Jimin. And his eyes landed on a figure who was looking at him with her shocked expression. And after seeing her, a flashback came in front of his eyes. Jungkook, I love. What are you doing? He said, putting his hand on her mouth to stop her from shouting. Oh, sorry, he said and quickly removed his hand from her mouth. I love you, so I was telling to the world that I love my Jungkook. I swear you raise your voice every time, because I love you. Who is my secretary? Miss Jung. He whispered yelled at her while shaking her hand a little to bring her in sense. Miss Jung Wine is your secretary, Mr. John. Doesn't she have a mouth to introduce herself? He said in a bit rude tone which made her heart clenched. Hello, Mr. John, I'm your secretary, Jung Wine. She said and bowed a little, and nodding his head, he walked past by her. What happened? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, she said, not looking at him, and then she went inside her cabin. Closing her cabin's door, she burst in tears. Why world is so small? Why I met him again? Why I still can't move on from him? Hey Nadi, me? The boy asked after turning around. Do you think there is any other not expecting John Jungkook in this school? The boy looked down at his feet while adjusting his glasses. Hey, don't feel bad, I was just having a little fun. Okay, so I was asking, can you help me in studies? You know, I'm so weak in almost every subject, and if I couldn't pass, then my dad will definitely call tuition teacher, which I don't want. So can you help me? Just a little? She asked while showing her most innocent face, and he couldn't help and nodded his head, seeing her cute pleading. Thank you, saying she hugged him, but when she realized what she did, she immediately stepped back while looking away. Both were looking like tomato. Okay, then if you want you can join me now. I'm going to study in library. Great, let's go. Saying she grabbed his hand and pulled him with her. Come in. And she went inside. She was not looking at him because she wasn't ready to look in those eyes which carry hate for her now. John, sir, you called me? Yes, as my secretary you should stay around me, and also you should tell me my whole day's schedule after I came office. Am I right, Miss John? He asked in demanding tone, and she nodded her head. Then why didn't you came and told my schedule? Do I need to call you every day just to ask my schedules? Wine shook her head while her heart was crying while hearing his rude voice, which once used to sound like most beautiful music for her. She went close to his desk and told him his schedule in a little low voice, a kind of sadness were clearly visible in her tone, which she was trying her best to hide. You can leave now. And Wayne immediately left his cabin after hearing that. There was a time when you wanted to just look in my eyes whole time, but now you are not even ready to look at me. And how will you look in my eyes after breaking my heart in pieces? Baby, you are pranking, right? He asked while hoping that his girlfriend will say she was just kidding, she's not serious, but I'm sorry Jungkook, but I never loved you. I was just with you to get better result. I'm sorry. You are lying. I'm not lying. You are not my type and I never loved you. Accept it or not, it's your problem. Saying she went away, leaving him alone on rooftop with his pool of tears. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Whatever I said that day was lie. I always loved you. Only you, my love. She was crying while hugging his picture close to her heart, but she stopped and wiped her tears immediately after hearing a door knock. She wiped her face to make sure no one noticed that she cried and then opened the door. Are you okay? Why didn't you came for dinner? My head was aching early. What? And you are saying now, let's go hospital. He held her hand to drag her with him, but she stopped him. Oppa, listen, I'm okay. It's just because of work. I'm feeling a little headache, and after sleeping, I will be okay. There is no need to go in hospital. There is need. I don't want to take any chance of your health now. We are going to hospital, that's it. Oppa, I'm completely fine, believe me. It's just I did overworked today, so I'm feeling a little tired and headache. I will okay after getting rest. That's why I'm saying you to join me, but you never listen me. Because I'm interested in cosmetics industry, not in making buildings. That's why I'm not joining you. And don't worry, I'm fine. Okay, come, eat first. He came in her room and put food tray on nightstand and sat on bed because he doesn't have trust on his sister that she will eat after he will go out. Sometimes I feel I have lots of mother around me, saying she went to eat and Jehob chuckled a little. He became her mother after her sickness because he loves his one and only sister more than anything, no matter how much he fight with her, but he saw live in her. Let's go let him handle her. Mr. and Mrs. Jung went away after seeing Wayne eating. They came to check on her, but seeing Jehob with her, they felt relieved and left brother and sister in alone. Wayne was standing near Jungkook and saying him about his whole day's schedule when a girl barked inside and threw herself on him, which made Wayne shocked a little. Yuna, see, I came behind you. I told you, you will never find a girl like me. See, I'm here for you. And Wayne's breath heated after hearing that. When did you came from USA? In today morning, and I came to meet your house, but your mom said you came office, so I came here. She was hugging him all the time, which was hurting Wayne. Okay, now move away, you are suffocating me, he said and pushed her while taking a look of Wayne's face. Are you free? I didn't have my breakfast. If you are free, then we can have together. From so many days we didn't eat together. I have to check some important files. There is an important meeting today, so I'm not free. But you can eat here. I'll order food for you. Okay, then order. I'm going to get fresh. Saying she went to his washroom while Wayne was still processing things. Miss Jung, go and bring a healthy breakfast for Yuna. Nodding her head, she went out of his cabin. Wayne came back with breakfast for Yuna, but Jungkook wasn't in his cabin, so she went to a couch and placed food on table in front of Yuna. Hi, myself Kang Yuna, and you? I'm Jong Wayne. Your name sounds familiar a bit. Anyway, are you Jungkook's secretary? And Wayne nodded her head a little. Then don't try to flirt with him. He's my man. and I hate it when someone tries to hit him. And Wine's heart clenched after hearing that, and her tears start forming in her beautiful eyes. Excuse me, saying she immediately went out of his cabin. She was walking fastly towards her cabin when she bumped with someone. I'm sorry, Wine, are you okay? But without hearing him, she went inside her cabin and he too went behind her to check if she is okay or not. She didn't lock her cabin's doors and burst in tears, and Jimin entered just after her and found her crying. Hey, Wine, are you okay? Tell me, he asked while rubbing her back, and she hugged him immediately as she needed a comforting hug at that moment. And he hugged her back to make her calm, but both weren't aware that someone else too came behind them, and after seeing them like that made him angry, and his heart clenched, and he left from there immediately. What happened? Tell me. I still love him, but he moved on. He has a girlfriend. Jungkook, accept my proposal or else yeah, I will pull your hair. First you lower your voice. If teacher hear you, then they will pull our ear badly. First say yes. Okay, yes. Really? Singsi got up from ground and jumped on him after he got ready to date her. And after that, Jungkook and I started dating. Jungkook was a bit shy while I was a kind of bold girl, so I was the one who approached him for friendship on the name of study, because I always had feelings for Jungkook. He was completely different from other boys. He never gave his attention to girls, and that's the thing which attracted me the most. So I proposed him and he accepted my proposal. We were a happy couple. Everything was going very good, but then Jungkook, let's break up. And he laughed a little after hearing that. He thought she's kidding, but what's funny in this? Let's break up. Baby, you are pranking, right? He asked while hoping that his girlfriend will say she was just kidding. She is not serious, but I'm sorry, Jungkook, but I never loved you. I was just with you to get better result. I'm sorry. You are lying. I'm not lying. You are not my type, and I never loved you, accept it or not. It's your problem. Singsi went away, leaving him alone on rooftop with his pool of tears. So it's our boss. And Wine nodded her head a little, which broke Jimin's heart, because somehow in his heart feelings developed for the girl who see him only as a good friend. Why don't you tell him about your reason behind leaving him? He won't believe, and also now he loves someone else. I don't want to break their relationship. I'll leave this job. I won't come in front of him again. Okay, do whatever you feels good, but don't cry. He wiped her tears. And after that, Wine tried to ignore Jungkook completely. She only go in front of him when it's urgent. Otherwise, she sent her file by someone instead of going by herself in his cabin. While Jungkook started thinking her ignorance in some other way, he started thinking that maybe Wine and Jimin is in relationship, and Jimin told her to stay away from him. Young, I was waiting for you. You are looking more handsome after becoming CEO. Thank you, Hyung, and have a seat. And he called Wine and told her to come with 2 coffee. They start talking about some random stuff, and Wine entered inside his cabin with coffee. Serve coffee, and she noticed her brother sitting there while giving her his cute smile. Thank you. He said and winked at her while taking coffee, and Wine told her eyes on him and took her leave, while Jungkook was looking at them with his confusing eyes. Do you know her? I have told you about my sister. She is Jong Wine. he said, smiling a little, and Jungkook's eyes widened after hearing that. Is she the one who had cancer? No, she's okay, and Jungkook couldn't process what he just heard. Hyung, I have an important work, I'll be back. Singh immediately left his cabin. Wine was working on some files when someone came inside her cabin without knocking and locked her cabin's door. What the hell? Sir? Tell me why you played with my heart. Tell me, I want to know the reason. He asked in his raised voice after pulling her up from her chair by her both arms. Tell me, what did you get by playing with my feelings? I never played with your feelings. I loved you and still loves you, she said in her raised voice, which surprised Jungkook a little. I was dying and I didn't want to make you suffer after I left this world. There was only 5% chance of me getting rid of my cancer, she said while crying, and Jungkook's tears fell from his eyes after hearing that. Then why didn't you told me about this? Why you did break up, huh? You should have told me about your illness instead of breaking my heart. I didn't want to make you cry, and Jungkook hugged her tightly. I still love you, just like before. I love you too. I couldn't get rid of you. My heart couldn't keep feelings for you, and I still love you, just like before.